Welcome to Stuke's Baseball Cards and Curiosities. I'm doing a random live here. I've got a lot of pickups that are kind of piling up on my desk. I kind of want to get through them. So if you guys see anything you like, um, hopefully I'll have something in your era, something in your sport, except I don't think I have any basketball cards. I have pretty much all the other sports covered. And the ranges from 97 back all the way back to the 30s. We'll start off with the newest cards first. I picked up this Jello sticker panel with Gretzky on it, and it's a Pinnacle brand. It also has Brindamore, Lindros, Fleury, Patrick Waugh, Correa, Curtis Joseph, and that's the back. Next up, I got 3 of these Rod Carews. They're the complete bazooka wrapper from 1979. Wrapped around a little chunk of pink bazooka bubble gum, Topps bubble gum, 5-cent wrappers. And not only did I get Rod Carew, I got Hey Hugo, got Nolan Ryan, 3 of his wrappers. Get my finger off of the money shot there. Hi, Melissa. Next item I have is a 1975, I believe, Tony Lazzari from the Chicle Publishing Company. It's a little bit bigger than a normal card. It's a nice shot. Stats on the back for Tony's career. Here, I'll compare it to the Topps Super from 1970, which I'll get to next. Hey, Fabian. Billy Williams. I remember buying those at the Ben Franklin in a small town in North Dakota. Of course, most of the cards I bought were in small towns in North Dakota. But you could go and you could see who you're buying pretty much. Here's a 1930s Billy Petroli boxing card. And what I like about Billy Petroli, I bought this card in Fargo. Billy Petroli is the Fargo Express. And I'll have a biography on him coming up. We're going to have a boxing live stream coming up in the next few weeks or so. Similar to the first one, we're going to each have a biography of a boxer and show some pickups and stuff. That's a blank back exhibit from the 30s. Here's an unusual card that you don't see every day. 1933 College Captains. Walter Haas from the University of Minnesota Gophers. And there's several teams that have their football captain on the card, and there's a little biography at the bottom. They're pretty cool. This is a Mookie Chilson special with a pinhole. And I'm surprised how much they go for. Pinhole's not going to break anybody's bank, though. Yeah, Tony cards are fun to have, Fabian. Here's an unknown football player. It's just a photo. Circa 1920 is written on the back. Not sure what uniform that is. It's either it looks like a 4 or an A. Those helmets were around, pre-1950. Just a blank back photo with person writing on the back, football player circa 1920s. Next up, I have a 1974 TCMA card of Little Poison, and it's personally signed to somebody, Lloyd Wayner. And yes, even although this card is in pretty bad shape, I still have to pick them up. It was $1 for Bill Verdon. Just glad to find a Cons Wiener card in North Dakota. And then you got the Bill Verdon stats. He's a star with the Pirates, good defensive fielder. Now I got some Gaudy wide pens, premiums. Let's start with Bertie Tebbets. These are just cool photos of the players. All those Gaudy premiums I really like, and I've got more to show. I've got some wide pens. I've got some other premiums coming up also. Al Simmons, Hall of Famer. Bucky Harris, Hall of Fame manager. Senators and Yankees. And there's a Cleveland Indian star, Hal Trotsky. Hi, Barry. How's it going? Here's one with Augie Galan, and you got Pie Trainer sliding into third. Pie was known as the all-time greatest third baseman until Brooks Robinson came along, pretty much. I like, these are the R312 pastels. Nice coloring on them. You see the stands in the back are colorized. Nobody's sitting in the front row. Here we have Bucky Harris and Joe Cronin. Just enough tint of color in there. They're really good looking. Here's General Crowder celebrating the 1935 World Series championship, Detroit Tigers. And yes, it's got the little pinhole in it. These are pretty awesome. I'm glad I picked up about 7 of them. I like the action shots like this. This is pitcher sliding by Farrell of Boston, I believe. And here's another one. This is a couple of your everyday players. I don't like to say commons because if you're in the major leagues, you're one of the top players in the world. These are just premiums, Fabian. They're not postcards, blank backs, and they're thicker than paper but thinner than cardboard. But they really look nice. Billy Swift. Looks like the Phillies. And Bud Parmalee, St. Louis Cardinals. This one you can barely see the color. Rosy cheeks, I guess. Anytime, Fabian. I love to show cards. This is a great hobby. You can find so many different cards. Here you go, Hugo. Recognize this guy? See if I can get closer. Guy sitting in the dugout. That's Ted Williams and Pinky Higgins. It looks like it might be the Cleveland dugout. The old photos from the, I don't know, 40s, maybe 50s. That is Teddy. Hey Jason, how's it going? And this is it's a photo. It's got the names written on the back. Here's one that you'll like, Jason, although it doesn't have the color. It is a Wheaties. And this is Joe Hauser from Minneapolis Millers. Joe hit 69 homers in 1933 for the Millers. A few years earlier, he also hit 63 for, I believe it's the Baltimore minor league team. And there's the Wheaties logo, and this is a postcard, Fabian. It's voided on the postmark there. I think you could still put a stamp over it. Yeah, I believe that is Nicollet Park, Hugo. You don't see very many pictures of the inside of Nicollet Park. 1933. They're dated on the bottom. 1933. So that's the year he hit 69 home runs. It's one of my favorite Wheaties cards. Just it has Minneapolis, then Joe Hauser, the big slugger. Then I like the Wheaties logo on the back. There's a whole set of these, but I think Joe Hauser might be the star. Next we have my guy, one of my favorites, Roger Maris, Sam's postcard. Hey Dre, good to see you. And that's the ball he hit his 61st home run with. And the owner of Sam's Restaurant wants to give him the ball, but Sal Durante caught it, and he wanted Sal Durante to have the $5,000 reward. This ball is in the Hall of Fame. And it does have a postcard back for Sam's Restaurant. Yeah. Sal Durante caught it. Got another one of those. I ended up getting two. It's a cool postcard, I think. Here's the other part of the M&M crew. Here's Mickey Mantle. Postcard from his Joplin, Missouri Holiday Inn and restaurant. There's several different photos, menus, all kinds of stuff from Mickey's restaurants, hotel, etc. Thank you, Fabian. And this is the Holiday Inn postcard. Thanks, Hugo. There's your Holiday Inn logo. Would have been cool to be there when Mickey showed up. Here's a 1965 Yankees Jays Publishing postcard. That's 1965. And these are postcard backs also. Then I picked up some red hearts. Yes, Mickey Mantle had a restaurant in New York. He also had one in the Dallas area. That's where you see a lot of the plates from, Dallas or Mickey Mantle's Country Cooking. They're all over the internet. And then the Mickey Mantle's place in New York City. I don't have any of his glasses. Here's a first red heart I'll show you. Red Chain Dienst. I've got 24 out of 33. If I can get a good deal on the Mickey Mantle, I might go for the set. And here's George Kell. Lots of glare today. Let's see if this helps. Yeah, that helps. And it's got the Red Heart logo there. Thanks, Jason. And then the Richie Ashburn. And these were all from my trip to Fargo. It was 10 below for the high when I was there, 31 below wind chill. At the hotel, it got down to 20 below without the wind chill the night before I left. And I was glad my old Betsy van started up the next morning. I got up to 7 below. And then I also picked up this stack of 68 tops. The funnest thing I got out of there, some of you guys have seen the short. I do have the Klazuski, but the funnest part of all the 68s I got was this Mike Hagan, Jay Johnstone cards. After 58 years, I did a short on these, but slide them together and they're reunited. Oh, the next show in Minneapolis, the club show is coming up in Bloomington, Valentine's Day. We've been doing that show. I haven't been doing it, but the club has been doing shows for 51 years consecutively. It's the longest running club in the United States with no breaks. Dave Bondi has been kind of running it as the president for many years. And he's been there since year 2, I believe. So he's been going for maybe he's been there 51 years. I'm not sure. But that's about a 58 table show. It's usually fun. A lot of people I've known for a long time. I've been doing the show, going to the show since 1991. I don't want to do the conversion either, Fabian. That'd be a nice Valentine's trip, Jason, to Minneapolis with what's going on right now. And the show is in Bloomington, so you're pretty safe there. As far as I know, it's been pretty mild weather this week. It's been in the mid-20s. Yeah, I hope I can find a Mantle, maybe eBay or at a show, maybe the National. Yeah, I like all the backgrounds. I like the 54 Red Heart Mantle better than the 52 Tops. It's probably my favorite Mantle card. It's not the most expensive, but I really like the design. Do you have a Red Heart, Dre? And so you're going to sell your Mickey Mantle collection. That's have to watch the video for that one. I saw the Jordan. I saw that you had a Kobe one. I haven't gotten to that yet. Awesome, Hugo. my my wife will come with me after the show somewhere. I can finally get flowers because we no longer have any cats. Cats used to just swat at them and chew them and knock them over and play all kinds of games. Yeah, I wish I could go to the Chicago Sports Spectacular. That's the same weekend as a Fargo show that I'm going to work for my local LCS. The LCS is going to Dallas. They do all the Dallas shows. They're a sponsor of the Dallas show. Their banner hangs up in the rafters of the Dallas show. And the next big Minneapolis show is in April. It's called the Minnesota Card Show. They have a website and a Facebook site for that. You can find the information out there, Jason. Otherwise, I was thinking of coming down to Chicago for that if I didn't have the Fargo show that I had to work at. Hey, Indy Cards, good to see you on this random live. Look forward to the pictures, Gray. Absolutely right. It helps so that if I do sell some things, money goes back into the household account versus my personal account. Yeah, let me know, Hugo. I got to check my schedules too. Make sure there's nothing in Fargo. I like Fargo. Used to live there. I got a lot of friends there. It's kind of like a lot of the hobby people going to Strongsville. I go to Fargo because I hang out with people there. A lot of great friends up in Fargo. I need to get out of the cold for a while too. I was thinking of heading south after Valentine's show. Don't know. Maybe I'll end up in Florida. Maybe I'll end up in Arizona. Who knows? We'll see where I get good flights and good condos, good places to stay. Somewhere warm though. Florida's not warm right now, but I'm sure it'll be warm in a few weeks. My sister was complaining about 50-degree weather down in Cape Coral, so she's complaining it's not sunny. Interesting. Yeah, I don't see a lot of vintage racing at shows. Yeah, I can understand. Are you looking for like racing from the 60s, 70s, 80s, or are you looking for older than that? Yikes, Hugo. That's That's too cold for Florida. You're a little farther north, but still 20 degrees. That's crazy. Have to bring my Minnesota clothes with it. It gets that cold. I kind of like Daytona Beach. It's not in the hub of everything, but it's a nice solid beach to walk on in the mornings. And plus, I can take a jaunt over to the Jackie Robinson ballpark. And there's an antique shop over there. Used to have some baseball cards 4 or 5 years ago. I checked that out, and there's a guy at the Daytona flea market that has like a little card shop in there that I've got some pretty good stuff from in the past. Oh, I did pick this up. I haven't showed this on my channel yet. 1984 San Diego Padres team signed ball, and it has Tony Gwynn right there by the Rawlings. That is pretty cool. And I got a Florida item. This is a 1977 Leonard Skinner ticket with Ted Nugent. $1960. Okay, I do have some Kings of Speed that I picked up. They're mostly the motorcycle ones. Oh, it's dry here, getting an itchy nose. There's a lot of exhibits that have like a lot of cars, race cars, fixed up vintage cars and stuff. That looked like an interesting set. I've seen those around. Yeah, there's a lot of history in the Daytona area. It's a fun area. Hey, Rob, good to see you. Thanks, Dre. I thought it was a fun piece. I had to research the ball to make sure it was 1984, the World Series year. Lost to my Tigers, but yeah, I kind of look for certain tickets. There's not as many tickets out there right now, so they're hard to find. People have been buying up paper tickets. I still look for them. Yeah, cat scratch fever. That thing was blaring during my college days. I never saw Ted, but I saw Kiss in '77, the Rock and Roll Over Tour, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Like an 8,000 seat arena. That was a big deal. Big deal to a teenager back then. Kings of Speed, yeah, I see a lot of postcards too, but I go to postcard shows and I look through them, and racing cards are in with the sports cards usually. Some people have them divided out by sport. A lot of them just have a big chunk of sports cards put together, so you see a lot of different sports when you do that. So I just thought I'd do a random live, clean off my desk of stuff that I haven't shown. And I'm glad everybody stopped by and joined the chat. Thanks for showing up. Oh yeah, Gray Zabel. I didn't see any Gray Zabel cards. He's he's a rookie, but he plays like a seasoned veteran for Seattle, protecting Sam Darnold there for the Seattle Seahawks. And they got Jalen Sundell next to him, 2 North Dakota State Bison, protecting Sam Darnold. That's why they're doing so good. The offensive line. Yeah, I liked all that stuff too. I just, I'm getting to the age where I'm getting down on and whittling down my collection of stuff I really like right now. Um, Usually, if I get too much of something, I'll end up heading down to my LCS, trading it in, and getting something that'll fit with what I'm working on right now. My exhibits, maybe red man tobacco and red hearts. That's a cool ticket stub there, Dre. I don't suppose you're selling that separate. 64 World Series Game 3. Yankees lost the series. Yeah, but must have been a 16th home run in the World Series. Thanks, Hugo, for stopping by. Thank you, Fabian. Maybe you can run that by me, Dre, on a text or something. That's a cool item. Haven't seen World Series ticket stubs that old for quite a while now. At least with, I know the price has gone up on them. You might do better that way. Hey, Ryan. How's it going? From the card bar, baseball card bar. I was just getting ready to sign off, but if you'd like to look at my pickups, I just showed a few pre-war and stuff, and thank you for stopping by. I'm thinking of doing a random live like this every now and then. We will be doing a boxing live coming up in the next few weeks sometime, and please stop by and check it out. I'll have some pretty good content creators on there with me, some good boxing collectors with a lot of boxing knowledge, and might do one before the next Minnesota show also. Thanks, Barry. So hope you all have a great week, and hope you can find a good card show to go to or a good card shop. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great one.